Donald Trump has ambitious plans for the United States. Even before assuming office, Donald Trump has stated that he plans to make America great again, even if it means taking control of other territories. In a headline-grabbing press conference on Tuesday, Trump threatened military action to secure the Panama Canal as well as Greenland, and vowed to bring Canada to its heels using economic force, and promised to rename the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America. Here's more.
Days ahead of his presidential inauguration, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is outlining his ambitious and expansive plans and agenda for America. At a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, Trump doubled down on his recent suggestion that Canada should become the 51st state of the U.S., not even refusing to rule out the use of economic force to acquire Canada.
You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada.
In a post on Truth Social, Trump even shared a map of the United States showing the whole Canada as part of the country. While Justin Trudeau was quick to reject the idea, the Canadian government is preparing for the possibility of Trump following through on his threatened 25% tariff on Canadian imports. On the strategic Panama Canal that the United States handed over to the Central American country 25 years ago, Trump said the waterway was vital to our country, asserting he will not rule out the use of military force to seize control of the Panama Canal and Danish territory, Greenland. Trump alleged that Chinese soldiers are illegally operating the Panama Canal and accused Panama of abusing their gift from the United States. Panama has repeatedly denied Trump's allegations that China has been given a role in running the canal or is given preferential rates to use it.
I reiterate what President Jose Raul Mulino has already stated. The sovereignty of our canal is non-negotiable, as it is part of our history of struggle and a permanent achievement.
While Trump's fixation on the Panama Canal is relatively new, his interest in Greenland is not. He has already raised the idea of buying the island during his first term, drawing a sharp refusal from local authorities. Trump's son, Donald Jr., reached Denmark on a private trip on Tuesday. Arriving on his father's Trump Force One private jet, Trump Jr. declared that he was excited to be in Greenland. Denmark's Prime Minister said only people of Greenland can determine and define Greenland's future.
Greenland is not for sale. The United States is our absolute closest ally, and we want to work closely with them in all defense and security questions. It is also regarding the North Atlantic, where tensions are rising. We have a clear interest in that it is the United States that plays a large role in the area, and not, for example, Russia or other countries. But Greenland is for the Greenlandic people.
Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark and geographically a part of the North American continent. Its capital, Nuuk, is closer to New York than to the Danish capital, Copenhagen. On Monday, Trump praised the island on his social media platform Truth Social, promising to make Greenland great again. At the heart of Trump's renewed interest in Greenland is its pivotal role in U.S. missile defense. The Pituffik Space Base, located in Greenland, enables America to monitor and intercept threats from Russia, China, and North Korea. This Arctic outpost gives the U.S. unmatched reach to protect its territories and allies while positioning it as a dominant player in the race for Arctic supremacy. Also at stake are Greenland's vast reserves of oil, natural gas, and rare earth minerals that make it an economic and strategic jackpot, explaining Trump's interest in it.
All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Adel Nazarian, Senior Media Fellow at the Gold Institute for International Strategy. Hi, Adel. What a presser that was by President-elect Donald Trump. How much of what he was saying is just talk ahead of inauguration? How much of it has substance, and how much of it can actually be implemented?
Well, you know, it's definitely not the first time that the U.S. has expressed interest in Greenland. It's in 1946, I think it was, that they first offered to purchase it after World War II. And then again in 2019, President Trump expressed interest in purchasing it. So I think it's a combination of both. I think, Trump has a history of being, very, very strong and direct with making very, big statements that he often does follow through with. But of course, in this case, it would be up to both Greenland and Denmark to agree to that. But I think he does. I honestly think he's serious about the intent on being interested in purchasing Greenland. Whether or not it's actually a reality, it's going to be a harder sell, I think.
What was fascinating was that last night, Senator Fetterman from Pennsylvania, who's a Democrat, went on a television news program, and he said that the discussion should be there for the United States to possibly purchase Greenland. Of course, the issue of maybe Canada and the Panama Canal might be a little bit different. There was something else that made headlines. Did Donald Trump apparently blame Hezbollah for the violence on January 6th? That's something that many are saying. Why comments like this?
So I think that it's absolutely he is going for the jugular. He's doing everything that I think people in America and around the world have wanted to be done, and that hasn't been done and said. So he's saying it as it is. I think that he definitely gave a warning to Hamas that if they don't release the prisoners ahead of his inauguration, that there would be consequences. And now him saying that Hezbollah is also behind the January 7th attacks and everything that happened, he is therefore drawing Iran into this, to be frank with you. And obviously Lebanon, not Lebanon itself, but the Hezbollah forces, but behind it is Iran. So there's a lot of bigger things in play. I think this might also be a way for him to actually get, the Iranians to the table and to start negotiations on a new kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. And many people believe that what he's saying, it's not just rhetoric. These are negotiating tactics. Others are hoping that he assumes office as soon as possible and perhaps gets to work instead of giving pressers like this. A lot of opinions out there. Adele, great talking to you. A very happy new year to you. And thank you for all of those insights.
Thank you. See you soon. Happy New Year.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.